a wrongful death lawsuit filed against Kyle Rittenhouse was just allowed to go forward. So now there was a legal challenge. I'm going to explain what the legal challenge was about and actually how ridiculous it was. But first, here are the details. U.S. District Judge Lynn Adelman recently dismissed motions from the city officials, police officers, and Kyle Rittenhouse himself to dismiss the wrongful death suit against him. Now, the lawsuit was filed by Jonathan Huber, the father of one of the two victims. And again, as I mentioned, it includes city officials and police officers in the wrongful death of Anthony Huber. Huber's lawsuit states that Rittenhouse conspired with the police officers to intentionally cause harm to protesters who were marching in the reaction of the shooting of Jacob Blake, who was injured by a Wisconsin police officer. Rittenhouse, an Illinois resident, drove the demonstrations in Wisconsin and was a minor, 17 years old at the time. In the ruling, Adelman said Huber's death could, quote, plausibly be regarded as having been proximately caused by the actions of the government defendants. Now, that's interesting. So again, more details here. Huber was reportedly trying to disarm Rittenhouse, who he had just seen shoot another man. That's Joseph Rosenbaum. He's the guy who used a skateboard, Huber was, to hit Rittenhouse to try to disarm him, to drop his rifle. After falling to the ground, however, Rittenhouse fatally shot Huber and wounded another protester, Gage Grosskreutz, and who had also filed a civil lawsuit against Rittenhouse. Kenosha officials and police officers also named as defendants for what Huber's attorneys described as creating a, quote, powder keg situation. So that's the details, and it looks like this case is going forward. Rittenhouse's lawyers had attempted to block the suit, and it's for a pretty ridiculous reason. They said, "Oh well, this can't go to court because it was served incorrectly." Really? Now, the details on that. Huber's lawyers and private investigators say they needed over 100 hours to locate Rittenhouse to serve him the civil lawsuit paperwork, eventually finding and serving him at his sister's house. To which they claim, oh, what? We were not properly served. No, you were properly served. Seriously. Are you saying, oh, you can't serve him at his sister's house? Ugh.
Can't let that happen.
Really? Well, then, taking that into account, that argument, wouldn't that mean that anybody who doesn't want to be served for a lawsuit could just perpetually hide from the process server at a family member's house? Is that what you're saying? Or does that only apply to Kyle Rittenhouse? Is he somehow special in this case? Is he somehow, I don't know, above being served? Interesting how that would work out, huh? Again, it's a ridiculous claim, and it makes sense that it was dismissed because it's clownish. And funny enough, too, while he's hiding from process servers, he's going out there making rounds on right-wing media and doing so-called free speech rallies. Didn't exactly try to stay out of the public eye. No, he was hiding whenever they'd come around. What, is he afraid that he's going to be found liable and have to pay up? I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have a good case or not. That's going to be adjudicated in court. But he's like, I don't even want to show up. I don't even want to defend myself. No. I just want to continue to make my rounds in right-wing media and cash in. That's all I want to do. And my celebrity. That's it. Now he might actually, maybe, have to face some consequences. I guess it happens, it might happen when you shoot and kill people. Now, maybe he'll face consequences, maybe not. But in the case that he is ruled against, well, he's already set up a fundraising campaign on his Give, Send, Go. He's already asking his followers. He's got over 1 million followers on Twitter. to go and pay his legal fees. Of course. Of which he will raise a ton of money from right-wingers who believe that he is some kind of folk hero, when in reality, Kyle Rittenhouse is nothing more than just an idiot, a child who killed people.